is going to be Xelnaga Caverns, Zerg vs. Terran. If you're a fan of DarKFoRcE, give a cheer for DarKFoRcE. Oh my.
There's a few. What about FuRy? There's a few FuRy fans. There's a few. So once again, we are on Xelnaga Caverns.
Yes, again, the good old, I guess, player favorite. I personally like the map, so therefore I will just call it a crowd favorite. We do have FuRy in the bottom corner. Just spawning is the good old red Terran. In the top right, we have DarKFoRcE spawning as the blue Zerg. Interestingly enough, both of these players were BYOC qualifiers. Is that correct? Yeah, because Huck and Tarson were the two invited players in their own group. So these two players did have to battle it out in order to get to this final 32 to get into these group stages. And I'm very impressed by the fact that Tarson went 0-3 in his group. He's such a talented player, really showing how everyone's been stepping it up for this tournament. Yeah,
unfortunately for him, he is out of the tournament. But FuRy and DarKFoRcE are in here. DarKFoRcE is actually so good. He's actually been performing so well. He's changed Zerg so much in European style.
Yeah, I mean, definitely.
Actually he came out of nowhere. I mean, he was really quiet for ages. Then with the recent changes with Zerg, he really studied it well and got ready for the patch upcoming and has really shown why he is playing in DreamHack, why he's qualified. He went through all the BYOC competitors, took them all down, and is now playing in the group stage, fighting to come second place along with Huck.
One thing I want to emphasize about this current situation, DarKFoRcE is, before this match, he was feeling very itchy to jump directly into the game. He kept asking, are we going to start? Are we going to start? Are we going to start? I can definitely sense that there is a good amount of tension there. He wants to get this game over with. There is the extractor and the gas going down. Not going to be doing any sort of very fast hatchery, and in the meantime, we do see FuRy has built a barracks at the front of his base, almost done with the wall off, and the refinery is down as well.
Yeah, 14 gas, 14 pool put down for DarKFoRcE. Usually when players do this, they feel threatened on their expansion. And the SCV was actually there very fast too, so it worked well for DarKFoRcE. FuRy just leaving the SCV on the natural now. I think he would have put down an engineering bay or something if the drone had come down, but he did go into the base and see exactly what was going on. And it looks like we have 100 gas. Are we going to see speed being researched? Yes, it is being researched, and he has taken drones off gas now.
This is one of those old school styles that players really loved opening with as Zerg because it was pretty reasonable against everything, but you had to play very close to perfection, so a lot of Zergs ended up steering clear, going back to a little bit more macro-oriented, big early hatch plays. There are Zerglings spawning out right now, Queen en route as well. Not too many Zerglings, just enough to kill the patrolling SCV. It does look like very fast factory coming out from FuRy, and we haven't seen any sort of reactor add-on from this barracks yet.
No, he hasn't gone down for the second gas either, FuRy. He's just staying with the one, so I'm surprised to see what he will do here. Just getting a few Marines out. We'll have to follow that. But in DarKFoRcE's base, he did go for the hatch. As soon as he got them couple of links out, got rid of the SCV, allowed his hatch to go down. Nice and safe build. Quite an old build, actually. It used to be everyone used to do that, and then they switched to hatch first. Then players are actually finally starting to go back to this. It's just a more safer option, and speed is done. But no reactor or anything on the barracks, and we are seeing a tech lab being put down on the factory instead.
Yeah, you know, it wouldn't surprise me to see him go for very fast tank play. Players really love stockpiling tanks very early on in order to do big tank pushes later. Tank Marine, very popular strategy, so no reason not to just begin it right off the bat. But I'm very curious about this Tech Lab add-on on the barracks. That's actually quite unusual. Almost never see that sort of thing, and it doesn't even look like Plays on FuRy is going to have quite enough gas. Wow, going for very fast Infernal Pre-Igniter and this Marauder.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be looking to do kind of an aggression build because he has got this second barracks being put down. And we look over at DarKFoRcE's base, he has got the Roach Warren, which is going to help out a lot. But the thing is, DarKFoRcE actually can't see anything. He keeps trying to go up the ramp with this link to try and get vision to see what's going on. He has no idea this factory is there. He has no idea Blue Flame Hellions are on the way. That's why he's getting this Roach Warren. It's an extremely safe build. Link does go down, and still he has no information on what's going on.
Now, I don't know if FuRy is intending to have a big transition planned on this or whether he's really just going for the early kill. This is the deciding match in this group. Players do tend to do a little bit of crazy builds. You know, they're just under a lot of pressure, want to get the game out of the way, want the win, want to advance to the next round later on this evening. And I'm a little curious about the fact that all this gas has been you know, thrown down early, but he's pulled workers out. Just wanted to have enough to get that very fast Infernal Pre-Igniter upgrade, and hasn't even spent any gas at this barracks at all, so kind of a funky opening.
Yeah, I think he's going to move out with these Hellions now. 3 Hellions are on the way out. Nice safe play by DarKFoRcE, getting the 3rd Queen, very safe that is, to defend against any form of Banshees, any harassments like these Hellions if they come down. He has 4 ready now, hasn't got a store put, but it looks like he will be moving out with this. His stim is being researched, but only at 30, but now the push is coming out.
And it looks like a lot of roaches are being made for DarKFoRcE. He wanted to have those roaches out to deal with the Hellions, but little does he know there's a huge amount of Marauders and Marines coming in from behind, so just a small amount of roaches is going to be quite tough. Most Zergs do go back to making drones at this stage. They just think Blue Flame Hellions are out to do harassment, but no, it's in fact a big push.
Yeah, big push. I'm not sure. No, actually, he should be able to defend against this because Stim isn't ready. This push is a little premature. Usually players like to wait for Stim, but no, FuRy is going to move in now. Let's see what damage he can do.
There's the first shots going off, trying to do a lot of damage, pulling back, being very, very careful. And look at the Zergling production for DarKFoRcE. 16 Zerglings, even though the Blue Flame Hellions are out. He wants to have the ability to surround, to exploit that creep. Zerglings are the unit to do so. All the Zerglings have just hatched. Layer now finishing for DarKFoRcE. No upgrades quite yet. And as we can see, looks like FuRy has no intention of doing anything except pushing and expanding. And he's doing some great micro at the front and might even just be doing a full-out retreat.
Yeah, he realized that there was no way that he could push through there. I mean, there was too many Lings out, 3 Queens down here, as well as all these Roaches, a lot of Queens. 3 Queens on that expansion, so he can't really do any damage at all, especially Stim's not done. But Stim is done now. Will he decide to go in again? I think it's a bad decision. He has got this expansion down. Does this Overlord see it, though? Yes, it does. The Overlord does actually see the expansion down south also, so he knows what's going on. He's got to be careful not to put the Hellions at the front, though.
Uh-oh, and there's the big push right now. Trying to do a lot of damage, but the Zerglings are going in for the surround. There's the Stim on all the Marines and the Marauders. FuRy is trying to pull all of those units back. DarKFoRcE not getting in the best position. Oh, no, the Roaches very far away from the creep, taking some serious damage, and FuRy doing an excellent job of controlling those Marauders and just using the slightly longer range to pick off these Roaches. Very nice push by FuRy.
That's actually really nice. Wow, FuRy did that so smooth. He didn't actually have that many units, but still made them use out of them. And all these Lings are coming into. He's got to be careful. Blue Flame Hellions tear these apart. One goes down. It looks like he will be able to clean this up. And at the same time, this expansion has done now 4 Queens down on the natural of that expansion. That's a lot of Queens.
And oh, you got to be really careful if you are a Terran in this position. Those Blue Flame Hellions are great when you have 4 or 5 of them, but when you have 1 or 2, Zerglings can overrun them with such ease, and this creep spread is looking very good from DarKFoRcE. Again, he is now getting that Baneling nest. Also, the Roach speed is very close to done, and at this point in time, this is when FuRy is feeling very, very uncomfortable. He didn't have many units to begin with and has even fewer. Has just now finished that starport armory coming up so we can get some real big power units into that mix, but at this point in time, this is when DarKFoRcE has the opportunity to expand or even be aggressive.
Yeah, I mean, he's got so many drones. He's got such a great saturation on both main and natural, and it looks like he's gearing up to take the gold. Hellions are moving out, though, to see what they can do. They are the Xel'Naga moving around. I don't think they could be able to. They might be able to go around the back, but an Overlord placement and a creep tumor around the back side, they won't be able to really do much there.
Looks like no other upgrades going down for the Marines. Just trying to use these Blue Flame Hellions to buy as much time as possible. There's the gold going down for DarKFoRcE. Uh-oh, looks like he wasn't as well defended in the back as he would have liked. There's 1 drone going down. Uh-oh, 3 drones get cooked. A 4th one gets taken down as well. Zerglings going in for the surround, and look at how those Zerglings are able to kill those Hellions without taking any losses. Because of the fact that they are so fast, and without big numbers of Hellions, they just do not do enough damage.
The Spire is just about to finish as well. He doesn't really have that much gas saved up, only 250, so he won't be able to get a lot of Mulos out if he does decide to go for that. But he's also going for the centrifugal hooks. A lot of Banelings in the middle of the map, but as soon as he takes his gold, he's going to be in a great position. And it looks like FuRy is getting a couple of bunkers down. FuRy, even though that push at the start seemed to work out pretty well, he seems like he's slipping a bit behind in terms of economy.
Yeah, if we look at the counting station, 92 food versus 79. Bunch of Banelings getting morphed in the back corner. Oh no, this could be such a huge SCV kill for DarKFoRcE. FuRy does not really have that many troops at the expansion. He has a very cute technical mix. He has the exact counters for every unit. The Marauders to deal with the Roaches, the Hellions to deal with the Lings, and the Thors for the Mutas, but just doesn't have that high of a unit count, though. So here come the Banelings marching right in. Oh, he does notice at the last second, and that's going to be some nice free Baneling kills for DarKFoRcE.
Yeah, nice play by FuRy. Though I think that what DarKFoRcE should have done is maybe just send a wave of roaches around, or just mulas just to distract him, and then send in the Banelings would have been a lot better option, because he really wasn't focusing on much, just his economy at that time. So, you know, trying to get that in there didn't really work out too well. Mulas are flying around, only 3 though. He's going for an infestation pick quite early, and this gold is finally up, and he will want to start mining from that soon.
Now, I'm always curious to see how a player responds whenever he sees a certain type of unit. These Mutalisks are out right now. He could very well begin producing too many Thors, and like you said, with just 3 Mutalisks on the screen, there's no real reason to overreact. That one Thor is doing such huge amounts of damage. Yes, just some well-placed turrets pushing everything back, and look at that. Another Thor going down. Looks like we're going to see Terran do a little bit of an overreaction, and DarKFoRcE is looking very, very confident.
And DarKFoRcE has such nice overload placement, and if you see, there is a drop going around on the right-hand side, but because of his overload placement, he sees it instantly and is moving his, well, he was moving his Mutalisks around, but stop, the creep spread is here too. We shall see it in time, but whether he'll react, I don't know.
Now, Playzone FuRy is going to be feeling very, very awkward sending all these troops into the back, but uh-oh, looks like DarKFoRcE has not been looking at the mini-map, has absolutely no units in the back, and it's a blue flame Hellion drop. Oh, no! Getting some huge hits off on all those drones, and he still hasn't noticed. He is not moving any of the drones yet. He is ripping through the Zerglings, and wow, that was such an awesome drop. Got so many free kills, and now the Hellions have no place to retreat, but the damage has been done, and oh gosh, even wasting Banelings on them, on those Hellions.
Yeah, I think he got about 14 drone kills there, and the funny thing was, DarKFoRcE saw that a long time ago. He saw it below the south gold position, and then saw it once again on the right-hand side, but didn't react, as you said. Kind of sloppy play by DarKFoRcE. If we look at the food count, 136 now, 2 Furies, 133, so supply is quite close, and now he is gearing up to take this gold in the middle. Needs to get rid of the creep though. A couple of scans, get rid of the creep tumors so we can take this.
Yeah, love it when players do that aggressive creep spread to block expansions. Now that those all have been killed off, still needs to wait until the creep does recede. There's another starport going down from FuRy. Very curious to see how he's going to end up using that. With 2 starports, could likely get more Banshees into that mix. Now Marine's starting to come up in the composition of Terran, but no combat shield. That is an essential upgrade for really any infantry mixture. And in the meantime, DarKFoRcE is just expanding, droning up in the main. We see so many upgrades coming up, Hive en route, and lots of defensive spine crawlers. Creep
spread is so good by DarKFoRcE in this game. Creep all over the place, going through every channel he can with it, and his army is actually looking extremely scary in the middle of the map. So many Banelings, actually. Roaches as well, and he can, if you compare it to like FuRy's army actually isn't that big.
Yeah, this is the one issue with doing these sort of overly technical unit mixes, is that occasionally, even though you will seem good against specific kinds of units, you just don't have an overall large force. But got to be careful with those Mutalisks as DarKFoRcE. They are great for delaying the opponent, and we can see that DarKFoRcE is being very responsible about respreading that creep to continue to deny that expansion.
And it looks like I don't think he should move out now. Moving out is probably a bad idea, especially into the creep. He really needs to take this goal, but it takes so long for creep to go away. He killed the creep tumors a long time ago, but another creep tumor was put down there, keeping creep around. The expansion is moving over there. He needs to try and take that as soon as possible, but it looks like FuRy might be trying to move out here.
Looks like, and oh, a huge force moving down to flank this. The fungal growth does trap most of those Thors. Wow, DarKFoRcE with one swift blow eliminates almost all of FuRy's forces.
Wow, and FuRy just doesn't have that many units. Like I said before, now DarKFoRcE at 150 food compared to 19. This could be just game over right now. As soon as he moved out onto the creep, instant death. Too many Banelings taking out everything, and all the SCVs are being pulled as well. And it looks like this game could be over right now.
And there's the good game. DarKFoRcE will be advancing with Huck from that group.
He does advance with Huck. Huck being first place, going 3-0 in the group, and now DarKFoRcE 2-1. It's a pretty comfortable result for him, especially coming from the BYOC. Yeah, not being an invited player or anything, so it's a quite good result for him.
There's a lot of really impressive BYOC players. I mean, not just the fact that they had to battle through a bunch of competitors to be able to face against the best players in the tournament, but also the fact that they came out here with no guarantee of having any casted games, could have gotten cheesed in one of the best of ones in the qualifier, but making it very, very far, so big props to DarKFoRcE.
That's true, actually. A lot of players have been talking about it, and even some players complaining about how it's best of one in the group stages, and then there's a lot of luck involved. And then you got to think for DarKFoRcE, he's been playing best of one for a couple of days now.
Yeah,
through all the BYOC, and there were a lot of BYOC players that signed up.
Definitely.
And he had to go through a lot of players, and now through the group stages, but he will be going